Hi, I'm Steve Shelburne, owner and operator of Shelburne RV here in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee. Well, good morning. We're back here on a bright Monday morning. Got several things on our list this week. Got a Coleman basement air that just showed up. I'm going to run down here and get it ready for Mr. Lewis this morning. But you saw what was going on last week. Had quite a few projects going on there. So yeah, it's been busy. Been blessed to have all the work we got. So welcome back. Thanks for all the comments from last week. Appreciate everybody reaching out and having all the nice kind words to say. So I appreciate that. It was a struggle last week. So anyways, I'm going to get down here this morning. Let's go down here and get this basement air lined up for Mr. Lewis. And we'll get rolling. I'll take you through and we'll start looking at some stuff. Okay, so you can see we've got the new mechanism up there and welded in. Got all the parts in it. All the brackets are in there and correct, so we'll start reassembling everything now that we got it all welded back in there. This 6535, Lewis has got it out of the unit now. You can see we've got the compressor 2 hot wired with an extension cord. So I'm gonna have Lewis plug this up and show you guys what we found so far. So if I put I'm gonna go across. We know we gotten power through all this stuff. So I'll just go to the case right there. It'd be just as good. Go ahead, Lewis. Plug it up. Okay, so there's our voltage there. But no voltage. We're touching right there. No voltage. So that is bad. So we're going to change that out and retest. All right, so we've got the new part changed out on this. I've got a clamp meter on there. Go ahead, Mr. Lewis. And we've got a locked rotor. So obviously, rotor's locked up in that, so we're going to have a conversation with the customer right quick. Fortunately, I've got this one here, pretty much a brand new unit. It's a 21 model unit, so we'll give him the option of that, or he can buy a brand new one. So we're going to go grab him right quick and have that conversation and see which way he wants to go. All right, so I got this toy hauler that came in. Customer had stated that he had a new tank put in and it's leaking after he had it put in. Now, some red flags here, guys. You know, I'm not saying this is wrong, but, you know, RV industry kind of uses that. But the other problem is that is Flex Seal, sealing all that stuff in there. And you can see this tank's leaking like a sieve, so I don't know what they've done over here, if they've done something. But the other side of this is what about the underpinning? Look at the underpinning. Somebody's gone in here and they cut all the underpinning out. I mean, he said that they had to take the underpinning down but didn't put it back up. Well, they didn't pull the screws out of it. They just went through here and cut it all out. So obviously a lot going on here. Now, something I see right off the bat is the power cable is right here underneath this, and obviously has gotten some damage. So that's going to have to be dealt with, because now that's going to start being a problem. But yeah, this tank was leaking. They flex sealed that. We got a dang mess right here. Whoever did this should be ashamed of themselves. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's just, you know, it's a hack job, guys, is what it was. So, not sure what again, I don't know. So, I'm going to have to give this gentleman a quote to go in here and fix it again, fix it the right way. But, you know, this is the problem we run into is, I don't know. If you're not willing to do it the right way, just don't do it. I mean, it's got to be done right. The customer obviously paid you to do the right thing, and this is where we're at. So I don't know. It's I see this more and more and more of some of these places who take advantage of their customers, and that definitely was a hack job. So we're gonna get a quote together to try to fix it the right way. All right, so Mr. Lewis has got the Winnebago Sun Cruiser all finished up. Got the other basement area in that thing, and that gentleman was from Wisconsin, so he was hanging out in there while Mr. Lewis was checking out the new unit, and said it was terribly cold in there. So he come out there and hung out with Mr. Lewis because it was cold. So when you're from Wisconsin and your camper's cold enough, you got to come out of it. We done something right. So he is good to go, and he's heading back north. Safe travels. All right, so they've got this Volante all buttoned up, underpinnings back on it, and we're going to go ahead and run this, see how it finally turned out. Got the new actuator on there, new gear blocks and gears. Excellent. There you go. Another project we're finishing up is this travel light. You can see they've got the brackets all put on here. So he's just got a bunch of sealant work to do around there, but he's getting it put on there. And of course, this will give it lots of extra strength. So just about finished up with this one. All right, so they've got the tank out of this big fifth wheel, and you can see that is plumber's putty. Here's the pipes that come out of it. Now, when you put these in, they actually have some rubber boots that go around this, and then the pipe slides through the boot, and it seals all that. This ain't the way to do this. And you see what's happened. The thing's leaking like a sieve now. So, and you can see it's been leaking probably since day one. So yeah, this is wrong. This is wrong. So we've got to get some boots to go on this. The pipe goes in the boot. This thing won't seal. This thing won't leak anymore. It'll be sealed up correctly. All right, so the Winnebago journey, you can see we've got up on blocks here, getting this generator out for the 1,000-hour service. So, of course, that bonnet don't come off the front, so that makes things a little bit more challenging. This Coachman Freelander that Mr. Lewis is working on over here, I had roof damage. Pretty severe. Just a bunch of stuff that got ripped off. So they're up here now, getting everything stripped off of it, but you can see what all's going on here. So got into the air conditioner, tore the roof up on there, got the awning. So he's getting it all stripped down now and getting it ready to pull. All right, so they've got this 8 kW generator out of that Winnebago Journey. This is the one that had the 1,837 hours on here, and he hadn't had the 1,000-hour service done. Those hoses are pretty rough. But the biggest thing on this is, guys, is the belts. I mean, these belts, there's no tensioner. So if that belt shreds, then this thing's over temping. So you gotta roll this all on here with the, we're gonna go ahead and change water pump, high temp sensor, or the thermostat. But the biggest thing, and we talked about this in the past, is you gotta have that Cummins Blue antifreeze. We've seen, again, I've talked about this in other videos where we've had issues with these sensors being a problem over time because the green antifreeze and causes some issues in here. So go get all this changed out, get it all serviced, and the radiator actually looked pretty good on this one, so no worries on that. But getting all the 1,000-hour service done on this, and then we'll test run it here on the bench and make sure everything's good. All right, so next project, we got a big Prevost bus. We got to work on the basement air on it. So I'm on my way down here, grab it and get them up here so we can start working on that. But I had one yesterday that had a coach come in yesterday. I didn't show it on the video. The guy was a little embarrassed about it, but brought it in and said that his refrigerator only worked on shore power. So I said, well, we need to make sure there's not a breaker or something pop between the battery and the and the converter box. And he said, well, I just put a new battery in. And I said, oh, well, let me look at that. Well, he had hooked the battery up backwards. So yeah, once we resolved the polarity on the battery, worked perfectly. So he's a little embarrassed about it. I didn't want to show it on video, but anyways, but got him all fixed up. But I've got this big Prevost bus came in down here. We're gonna tear into it this morning. Got an issue with the basement air on it. So as Mr. Lewis gets into it, we'll see what's going on. And on a side note, today's actually Mr. Lewis's birthday. So I was glad he came to work on his birthday. So there you go. Happy birthday, Mr. Lewis. All right, so this Prevost unit has got a bad outdoor fan motor, 6536 model. But it's got a bad outdoor fan motor, so we're gonna get this one pulled out. It's got some issues with it, kind of making some noises. But we're gonna get it out, get it cleaned up. You can see all the stuff Mr. Lewis has to take out to get that done. But he's gonna get all this done, and then we'll pull this out and clean it, and then we'll show you what we got going on. And as you can see, they've got the generator back in this Winnebago Journey. Got the air conditioner running on it right now, loaded up. We ran it on the test bench for about an hour just to verify we didn't have the same overheating problem that we had when the customer brought it in. But now that we've got it all back in and it ran good on the test bench, they're load testing it with the air conditioner on. And Mr. Lewis has got the new roofing membrane on this little Class C. Got all the fixturing cut out for it. So of course we pulled him off to work him on the Prevost bus, but he's got everything on there and glues, just going back with fixtures now. All right, so we got the basement air all finished up on the big Prevost bus. So they are heading down the road. So safe travels. Well, the next project the boys are gonna get going on here Friday is this Allegro bus. Customer brought it in and the slides weren't operating. Now we've gotten in here and done some troubleshooting, and there's the box that controls all this stuff. And from about here on, none of that stuff's working. So all the fuses are good, all the wires are good. I can actually excite some of those with my power probe and get the slide to work, but there's something interlocking in this coach that's not allowing power through those solenoids. Now somebody's been over here underneath the dash doing a bunch of work, and we actually pulled the switches off to verify that the switch had power. The switch did not have power. They've got it closed up on me. But underneath the dash there's a bunch of wiring that's all kind of goofy. So not quite sure what's going on there. Like I said, we've just been chasing a bunch of wires. I did find fortunately, whoever owned this coach has got the manual in there, so I was able to dig through the manual and kind of see where the wiring was coming from. But yeah, we've got to verify that the parking brake is interlocking and the ignition switch and all that stuff is all tied in there, because something's not allowing power to that. So got to dive into that a little bit and kind of see what we're going on. But yeah, I'm not quite sure. So more investigation to come. Well, that's going to finish us up here this week at Shelburne RV. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate all the phone calls and the comments from last week on those hard conversations sometimes. This is just the things we deal with as a small business. It is very frustrating, but you guys are seeing it firsthand. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Gary's out working, trying to get the shop closed up. But if he was here, he would say that this video is Cousin Gary approved. You guys take care.